Moments after the fall of Iron Tomb. Hello! Starting back up again. But yeah, welcome everyone.
Memories swallowed by Iron Tomb.
Today we're gonna
Return
be
now to
finishing up, for real this time, finishing up the last act, presumably the last act of the Amphoreus story here in Honkai Star Rail. We have finally defeated Iron Tomb, brought everybody's power together, and even though defeating Iron Tomb meant the destruction of Amphoreus, and with it all of our friends who lived within that simulation, they seem to all be preserved within the book as I've written, preserved by the remembrance, through the memories, and through those memories and the records in the book that we should take with us as we continue our Trailblaze journey. They get to live on with us, I suppose, in spirit, or in memoria, or in... I'm still not exactly sure what happened, but their lives are now all contained within this record. So even though they were erased from existence, they aren't forgotten, and thus, in that way, still live on. This is all very abstract stuff. I thought last night I wouldn't be able to sleep because I'd be thinking too much about it. But actually, I think my brain just sort of, like, integer overflowed with how abstract and stressful this story is, plus all the other stressful things in my life. I think I just had, like, the best sleep ever. I was so peaceful. I did not think about a single thing. Which is really nice if you're usually super anxious. So, let's finish off this story and finally put an end to this chapter. We kind of already have. Last time everybody wrote their final words into the book. So that way we may carry it with us into a new journey. Who knows what kind of new journey is up ahead. Now, Cyrene had left a note in the book to append something, and we're going to learn what that is. We're going to learn what that is now. So many memories.
And don't lose your way.
The memories of the whole universe.
I finally found you, Cyrene. Demiurge.
We won the battle. Thank you, Madam Herta. Without you, we never would have stood a chance.
Yeah, and you survived essentially fusing yourself with an Eon. How did you do that?
Still, there's something weighing on you.
Right before I shut my eyes, inside the droid head's brain, I saw something unsettling. The fourth instant, this turning point in cosmic destiny, anchored by the erudition. It's not a single instant, but a process, a chain of events.
So, this victory isn't the final piece of that chain?
Far from it. This is only the beginning.
No, you can't hit me with "this is only the beginning" when we've spent a whole year of, like, really long story updates getting to this point, and through absolutely everything we had at this.
The first toll of the death knell for the cosmos.
But once again, this story has so distorted a sense of life and death. In which case, I will just say, aren't all things destined to die someday, even the universe? I mean, it's like this is some big thing, but we know the universe will die someday, so...
That sorrowful look doesn't suit you, Madam Herta. Don't hold it in. Tell me.
Not long ago, you crossed paths with the Eon of Remembrance again, didn't you?
Yes. Even if the figure was hazy, I knew right away. That was the god from Cyrene's dreams.
Causality has gone wrong, just as I thought.
Causality?
What does that mean?
Let me put it in your
I know what
favorite
causality
fairy
means. I
tale
mean, like...
terms. The universe began as a seed. It grew into a great tree. And the present is its branches and leaves. The erudition calculates how the future will sprout. With so many possible outcomes, they choose to anchor one path, cutting away the crooked or fragile branches. But if things continue that way, the branches grow endlessly, the leaves multiply, and one day the tree collapses under its own weight.
You assume a gardener would trim the tree to have that not happen, right?
That is why there is a concept in biology called lignification. Soft sprigs form a hardened shell and fuse with the trunk.
Okay.
For the universe, that process is what we call memory.
Okay, you kind of lost me in between those two sentences, but
Under
okay.
Fooley's record keeping, the past becomes memory. In the corners, they forget. Even the events of the present become fruit without roots.
So it is the opposite of the erudition. One calculates what is to come, and the other holds on to what came before.
Interesting.
We were never meant to have to speak of this. But now, I finally understand what that chaotic matter around Amphoreus truly is. It is your memory. Your mind now stretches across the stars, allowing you to travel farther down this path than anyone else.
My memory?
Yes, you live in the now, but your memory remains in the past. Just like the Eon of Remembrance, a being made entirely of memories.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Did they fall?
No, quite the opposite. They have not yet been born. Remember, to carry out the mission of remembering the universe, they must ascend to divinity only at the very end of time.
I want to say that makes sense, but then if I say that makes sense now, that opens the door to so many other questions. Like, if that's the case, why do we perceive this being, this eon? I fused the words together. Why do we perceive this being now if they only come into existence at the end of time? You know what?
And at that moment of ascension, their memory stretches through the past, becoming what people now call Fooley.
I guess that answers my question and opens a lot more.
That is why they feel so distant, so cold. That crystalline form is just an empty shell. I do not know how the Garden of Recollection managed to hide this until now. They must have their reasons, but none of that matters now. Here in the present, we cannot know who will become Fooley. But one thing is certain. They will be born. And those who might become Fooley all share the same characteristics. They are known as Children of Remembrance. Pure child of Anasrava.
Both of you. Children of Remembrance.
So help us. Find where Amphoreus's memory began, and bring it out.
We are the sacrifice. The garden used us. The pure child of Anasrava. Abandon us.
So that name, it was never my past. It was my future.
Or maybe it is the present.
It's all of those things at once is what I'm gathering from this.
Noose has revealed to me two paths, and on both paths, I see you standing. The first, follow the trail of memory you have forged. Break free from this world and reach for the stars. That would mean Amphoreus's causality will no longer concern you, at least not the person you are now.
Go on.
And what's the other option?
Second, you come to a stop and fade, offering yourself to become the memory that carries through Amphoreus.
This is so abstract, because I'm really... Okay, either leave Amphoreus or stay and become its memories. Is that the oversimplified version of these
Perhaps
options?
this is the choice every pure child of Anasrava must face.
That choice means I'll remain in the past forever.
And more than that, it means you will close off Amphoreus' causality. This world is sealed. The effect that the remembrance brings to it will all converge on one thing. That one thing is you. No more eons will interfere with this part of history. No more blank spaces in causality. The present will be set in stone and become indestructible. There are two paths, and only one leads to the right end. A droidhead didn't tell me the answer, but I can guess what might happen if you choose wrong. With causality incomplete, there is a chance Iron Tomb could rise again.
And all the work that we've spent millions of lifetimes putting together, would be for naught.
So even the gods of the cosmos are unreasonable.
If you want my advice, stop thinking so much. Ask yourself what your heart truly wants.
But this is a pretty big choice you're giving her right now.
Choose the first path, and you might survive as a memo sprite. You may even walk beside them for a while. Even I can tell how much they mean to you. Especially the little one. But if you take the second one, then you may have already lost the chance to say goodbye.
That's so sad.
I have made my decision, Madam Herta.
I thought you would need more time to think it through.
The answer is clear, is it not?
Yeah.
Still, I do need a little time.
That the much more sadder option is the most likely one to stop Iron Tomb from ever coming back.
To quiet the sorrow in my heart. Her kindness is always just right for the moment. I believe she will forgive me.
I will say no more. I would rather not break the mood. But may I ask you one last thing?
Of course.
Why?
I once heard a saying that went something like this. Divinity is flawless humanity, and humanity is flawed divinity. We children of Amphoreus gave up on gods long ago. Those beings who love to play pranks on the universe. I believe in her much more than I believe in them. And I believe in who I am. As a human.
Oh. That really is a comforting answer.
She believes in us.
As for the one wish I still have trouble letting go of. One will remain in the past. One will walk toward the future. I believe that the one I cared for most will witness on behalf of the ripples of past reverie. Every starlit tomorrow.
We'll see the future for you, Cyrene.
Moving backwards through remembrance. What a curious feeling. Is this the moment Iron Tomb declares victory and casts the destruction upon the stars? So back then, in the path space, it was I who found me. The gods' whispers were nothing more than a girl talking to herself. Now that I remember, what I heard back then was...
You, weren't once progeny of deities cast into the mortal realm for blessings. Since the verses written erased by your hand's word shall be your remembrance of living in the Eden of blessed insight. Oh, then that's actually the strongest evidence we have then that someday Cyrene will become fully.
All I wanted to say was, don't give up. She will find you. Memory truly is amazing. And
Guys,
wields this power.
Cyrene,
Plant the seed of causality for the miracle that is destined to bloom.
let the ripples of causality spread. Create an eternal page. The beginning of time itself.
Even so, must we walk all the way to the very beginning of memory?
That's a long time ago. That's gotta be even longer than how much time Philia Cyrene spent filling the Matrix with memories.
It's such a long road. A bit lonely to walk alone.
Then, would it be alright if I came with you?
Cyrene, other Cyrene. Philia Cyrene.
As long as it's Peach. Even 30 million wouldn't be too many.
One is enough. Take a deep breath, and then we can set off, alright?
At least they've always had each other to keep company.
Follow the ripples of remembrance into the past. Reconnect every moment in which the gods made themselves known.
Clearly, cause leads to effect. But now, the future gives new meaning to the past. Effect flows backward and nourishes cause.
Maybe that is what makes memory so beautiful. So, let us return the way we came.
Bubbles.
Look back at every ripple that formed. Go back home.
I want to ask, how does she know how to do this? But that's not important now.
No. How is this possible? Breathe. Partner. No. I have to get you out of here first. Just hold on.
Remember? That pale dawn breaking through the endless night?
Is that when we first arrived in
The
Amphoreus?
spear of strife nearly claimed her life. And it was you. You, playing God, who cradled her body with your gentle gaze. Then, before Orynyx's altar, even the Titan of Time mistook you for someone else.
I never imagined there was a hidden
Oh.
truth behind our first meeting.
Yeah, I never would have linked all of this.
The first time was also the last time I saw you, friend.
Let the ripples of causality spread. Look back to the moment we first met.
Ma'am.
Oh, because if she's fully... then in that moment Lily saw. It's the first and the last meeting. Oh my gosh.
That melody from the memory. I've got it now. And so, the miracle was able to slip away from death temporarily.
I'll leave her to the Casteress of the past. She will keep her here, in the world of the living.
Did we ever really understand that? How Stell died and then Cass had to bring her back to life? Like, what did us dying have to do with anything? You really think about... There's so much. There's so much.
Darn it! What are these things? You're not taking me down. Not before I find a way to help her and Don Hung. If you've got a bone to pick, take it up with my six-phased ice.
March wandered all across Amphoreus for 97 days straight, chasing one goal: to save her friends. And with her bow and arrows, she brought down every obstacle that stood in her way.
And she even helped guide Trebios out of Yanisopoulos, too.
So that's how it happened. My skill with the bow. I owe it all to March.
Wow. Remember the bows and arrows? How does...
What a sweet note. I've got it now. And so, in a memory from the past, you inherited March's mastery of the bow.
And that arrow bearing golden flames will streak across the stars in the future, becoming a glimmer of hope for the cosmos.
Like, it's so weird how all these things connect together and yet at the same time still don't make sense. And then you realize sometimes that's just the way the real world is too, right?
Are you okay?
It's so peaceful.
Three paths interweave and fetter Amphoreus, co-authoring the fate of the world. Ordinary pathstriders aren't known to leave traces in the mirror. So if what you said is true, then this isolated star system must be home to at least 3 beings comparable to Emanators.
I would even go as far as to say, eons themselves.
To gain the favor of the stars for Amphoreus, the Remembrance sent a call for help to the cosmos. But the obstruction from the scepter was far too strong. Even the gods could do nothing more than send a fleeting mimetic being to someone who walked the same path.
Thankfully, Miss Black Swan caught that fleeting moment.
Yeah. Then I guess without that, we never would have even ended up coming here in the first place.
Though, that signal drew some unpleasant attention as well.
Looking back now, it was all worth it. The cosmos showed us a kinder face.
Thankfully, she has a different understanding of the Remembrance. Miss Evernight once said that the Remembrance wasn't looking after Amphoreus, but rather scheming and preparing to devour the paths. Her deduction was perfectly logical, but she failed to account for what the humans in this story could achieve.
Maybe I have a scheme of my own. A scheme that will bring happiness to everyone.
With beings such as the Eons, how can we truly ever understand their motives? Let alone put them into these kinds of classes of good or evil.
Please keep helping them. And the others in the future too, Miss Black Swan.
Looking back on the past really does wear down the mind.
I know, we're traveling so far back.
You need to hold tight to this ceremonial blade. After I'm
gone, it will take you back to the beginning of time. The start of a new story. I believe that in that story, we're in countless stories, each alike yet unique. Everyone, all the companions who sacrificed themselves, alongside the deliverer we once dreamed of as children, will reunite beneath a vast, endless sky.
If we can never break free from this prison, I will stand my ground.
Fine, hon.
Until the day someone shatters this endless cycle and writes the final chapter of Amphoreus' fate.
In the blink of an eye, we have returned to the turning point of fate. With nothing but a fragile sliver of hope, we embraced 30 million cycles of futility and began the eternal recurrence.
And even though you were so tired and lost all your sense of self, still never gave up on behalf of all the people and everything that's worth protecting.
I still remember the first time I saw the god appear in a dream, looking at me from behind a thin veil of crystal. Back then, I wondered if they might be someone with ill intent. But now, I finally understand. She was always standing beside me. And she is so very beautiful.
She, I, you, Demi-Urge, Cyrene, Fuli, they're all connected. In a way, they're all the same.
Causality really is a force that cannot be stopped. Even if I wanted to leave a few more words for Cyrene, it seems I no longer can.
After all, you still have to leave behind your final consciousness and plant the very first seed.
I remember what you once said. When a god sheds a tear, a thing reflected in the ripples must be the most beautiful thing in the world. But do you know what Amphoreus saw when its heart was born? The first thing it saw was a name.
093.
093.
Philia.
Looks like you figured it out. Sometimes, all it takes is a change in perspective to reveal something truly unexpected. Don't you agree?
That's right. Turn these numbers upside down, and you'll see a beautiful eternity. Something we believe in. The ego.
Ego?
Looks like time's running
I
out.
want to protect everyone in the village.
What did that mean, the ego?
But can I really do that with the strength I have? I shouldn't think too much.
Hero within.
Better finish the farm work Dad left me first. The hero within has been by our side since we were little. Finan has always been strong. But without that faint glimmer of hope lingering in his mind, would the weight of fate and endless recurrence finally break him?
It's hard to imagine how there was any way it couldn't break him. The way he survived is unimaginable.
If only someone could place even a sliver of hope inside his heart, he would hold on and keep going.
Yes, just a single spark. And he would guard that fragile light until it turned into a blazing sun.
I no longer have the strength to make the hero within look like her. So, let me leave behind a prophecy for him.
Let the ripples of causality spread. Proclaim a pale
Take
dawn.
this wish with you. Be the hero
who begins the mission of deliverance. As prophecy foretold, you will bear the blazing sun until the pale dawn breaks. Continue onward, bearing this world upon your shoulders until the Ashen Hero, the nameless deliverer, ushers in the dawn.
And then he waited for us for millions of
Now,
cycles.
your eyes have seen through all of Amphoreus, from the end back to the beginning. Looks like time's running out.
I saw someone notice that
The first ripple was where it all began for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I thought they were
the
just
branch, the leaves,
musical
the
notes
laurels
scattered aimlessly throughout
on her
memory.
crown matched the
But
crescent moon of
they
the
had already become part
ceremonial
of this
blade.
world. No matter how.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you know what to say.
I can smell it. The scent of wheat fields. You're clever. I bet you figured it out long ago, didn't you? The end of this journey back. The final gap in Amphoreus. It leads to the place we both call home. We can finally go home.
Home.
Are you ready?
To that tranquil place outside of space and time and all the weight of the world outside.
If you leave memory at the very beginning of the story and cast the first stone, that final gap in Amphoreus will close. The causal loop of Amphoreus will become a fixed point in the stars. And if I don't do that, then this world and the cosmos beyond the sky might still fall into the destruction.
Just to close the cycle.
There's no way we would let something like that happen, right? Exactly. I remember that tree in Ide Silicii. It grew all alone, unable to go anywhere. It watched the sea in silence, dreaming of a faraway shore it could never reach. But now, a tiny boat can set sail. It carries a seed of hope, plucked from the tree, and heads into the great beyond. Even if the boat's shadow fades quickly from sight, the tree knows that its wish will bloom on the other side of the sea.
To go through so much, just the only thing left is to know that your hard work was worth it, even if you can't see it yourself.
In that moment, it must feel happiness, right? The way you brought it up, now I kind of miss that tree too. Come on, let's go home together. Take it with us, back to the sacrament courtyard. Let it become remembrance's anchor, tying together the times we knew so well. Let's go home. Together.
Return to the girl's homeland.
That final note. Right. It's been with me all this time. This is Do. It is also the first note. The one from the first time we met.
I'm gonna be that perfect pitch person and tell them it was actually G. What is G? Do, re, mi, fa, sol. It was actually so. I'm sorry.
And the one that stayed to the very end.
I didn't actually sing it in key either. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. Now I can't remember what the note was that actually played, which means I could actually be wrong because now I'm realizing I really didn't internalize what the note actually was. Okay.
Heidi Silicii, the place where it all began. It's like time itself has stopped, and the breeze and the sound of the waves never seem to rest.
This place, unchanging after all the cycles that have happened here.
We've made it. The Sacrament Courtyard.
This peaceful little haven, protected from the world.
This is the place where we first picked up the ceremonial blade.
And where we first began writing journals.
Now, the journey through memory has reached its end. Once the anchor is placed, what awaits us is 30 million lifetimes of reunion.
Looping. Again and again. Endless farewells.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
And with them, endless encounters.
Ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do.
Such a happy scale. Whether it's for Cyrene, the Deliverer, or every sprouting branch of Amphoreus, I leave this tale of love here. May the river of time flow backward, bringing scenes of the future before our gaze. In the eternal land that no one remembers. The legend of the Trailblaze is about to begin.
Narrating the prophecy of Flame Chase.
Is it all over now? My mind and my memories. It seems they're beginning to fade. The breeze is warm, but my body is shivering for some reason.
If you're feeling cold, let's find somewhere warm. We can rest there, together.
Somewhere warm. I know just the spot. 405. 504. 093. 365.
Treehouse. Suridra. March 7th. Dunham.
Electra. Hyacinthia. Caslana. Anaxagoras.
Aglaya. Midemos. Castorus. Cyphera.
Cyrene. And you. Look. Everything is already as we've written.
really sad. Even though I'm really confused. That in order to close the loop, she had to go back to the beginning. But the story had already been written. In a story like this, the concept of past and future and present gets very distorted. That returning to the past, yet the future has already been written. But all I know is that Cyrene allowed herself to be trapped in the past forever. To stop Iron Tomb from coming back. Trusting that as long as we walk into the future along the Trailblaze, she'll get to live on to the future too, even though she'll never get to see it. And just to think that's the ending after all this time. Everything in this story is so abstract, and you're thinking about, like, usually, do the characters live? Do they die? Do they fulfill their dreams? Or do they just live on without any... But in this story, it's almost like redefining what does it mean to live. Both what is the meaning of life and also what is living. And if we don't know what is living, then what is dying? This story really makes you question that in terms of these characters. What does that truly mean anymore? When people see that ending of love, they set out on the flame chase journey, and those who chase the flame in turn let the flower bloom anew tomorrow. Causality comes full circle in this line. Or, more poetically, the pen is laid to rest. Within the light cone, all is faded. You ask fate, what is divinity? And she says, look how beautiful you are.
I am the gaze that looks back on the world. How fortunate we are. In this cycle of cause and effect, humanity never looks to the gods for guidance. The ones who pick up the pen and write miracles again and again are always ourselves.
Irene, fully.
Am I still awake? Peach, where are you?
She's small again.
Are you still here? I shrank. So that's how it works. When memory drifts away with the breeze, love leaves behind a seed and turns into lament.
Oh, that's so... like, the inner workings behind this are so confusing, but the artistic, like, the poeticness of this is what's so amazing. Which is that Philia Cyrene nurtured and loved Demiurge, taught it kindness and gentleness, so one day it would become the love that would protect the world. And just as how the loop of Amphoreus needed to be closed, Demiurge Cyrene becomes the one who leaves behind the seed for Philia Cyrene. That the two of them cause each other to be the person they needed them to be. That's the cycle being completed.
Cyrene, Mem, back again to the first Philia 093. I always do have my charm. The final ripple nourished the great tree, and from it grew a single pink peach.
We've been playing for so long, and you still haven't told me your name! I've told you so many times already. You're just forgetful. My name is Livia. Livia. If you forget again, I won't tell you next time. Livia. Got it. Then you have to remember mine, too. I'm... Piso. I always remember.
So, Cyrene was just a pen name after all. So sleepy. That drowsy little fairy barged into my mind again. The last of my memories are slipping away.
And everything...
I wonder what this world will look like when I wake up again.
And everything resets back to the beginning.
I remember a cry and my name, daughter of Heidi Celestii.
Alicia?
Never mind.
That's a big reference. That probably hits all the people who played Honkai Impact 3rd even harder. If her real name was Alicia the whole time.
The same seed, when planted in different soils, blooms into flowers that are alike, yet never the same. But what truly makes her beautiful is each and every soul in the world. No matter what form liking takes, it is still precious love, and I will accept it gratefully and return it with joy. Do you remember my favorite story? That crystal flower was so beautiful because it reflected the eyes of the little fairy. The stars across the cosmos will know I am the fairy who wrote, as I've written, together with you.
That's right.
And in your heart, I know I will always be given the name I love most. The one you gave me. After all, we've always been in sync.
Yeah. Thank you, Cyrene.
Hey, don't rush!
Slow down. Let the words settle. We have plenty of time.
In Amphoreus's month of mourning, all conflicts across the land come to rest. On the 11th day and night of the month of mourning, the dead will part, the living will embrace, the snow will fall, and bonfires will rise to warm every heart aching with lament. It may sound heavy, right? But on this day, laughter always rises louder than tears. Because people
Laughter,
understand
smiles.
that parting is for the next reunion, and sorrow is so we may love more deeply. That is why this day is her favorite of the year.
They're all connected. Sorrow and love.
Under the same sky, across 8 phases of the moon, 13 heroes composed an epic together. 1 plus 8 plus 13 equals 2 11s.
If you say so.
Would it feel more fitting if the rest were written in Miss Irene's voice?
Is it 2 11s in binary? I don't think it's so. I'm confused by that. Yeah.
Agreed.
Then, we'll add 1. A 1 like none that has come before. A 1 that blazes new trails. I make this wish. On the 12th day of the 11th month, 13 heroes will take every core flame ignited across 30 million lifetimes and scatter them among the stars. Later, when the people who know this story gaze upon the cosmos, they will discover that the countless stars in the sky now glow pink. And after 13 seconds...
Oh, like in the opening, like now when the loading screen, when you open the game, everything's pink.
It will be such a romantic, yet puzzling sight. But that's all right. They will keep that mystery close to their hearts, constantly pondering. Pondering what the ego truly is. They will love. They will get hurt. They will rage. And in 30 million moments of helplessness, they will stitch their shattered hearts back together. Again and again. But remember this well. Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey. There may be pain along the way, but you and I will never be alone. They will come to understand what it means to lose, and in the end, they will choose to let go. They will offer their hearts to this world, to every companion they walk beside. And they will take in the hearts of others and pass them onward. For every soul that exists in this world, there is a different ego, a different prime mover of life. There will never be just one answer, not even for love. But when people gaze into the night sky and love what is fading with the same resolve they have to praise the stars, I want that soft, gentle pink in the sky to tell them, love will always be answered. This is a story about love, and a story about how to answer it. Whether it is one we have already written,
Look,
or one you are yet to write.
the cycle. Cyrene, Demiurge, Mem. The cycle story loops.
It will be a romantic story, like none that has come before. You think so too, right?
And a romantic story deserves an ending that is free and complete. When every clue and thread has found its end, and the weight of the pen is no longer constrained, pour the spirit of trailblazing into it, and end this tale with the most pure and romantic period.
There we go. The book has been finished.
Light. Sky.
Oh, we got our ending scene.
Sea. Stars. Seeds. Flowers. Birds.
Life.
Hope. And love. Such words of beauty were how I first imagined the world. For as long as I can remember, I've used them to tell the stories of Amphoreus. And now, This is the last one. A story about tomorrow. Dedicated to you.
Thank you. To share this journey with you.
Once upon a time, morning glow, scattered light, shone on you and I, and fading palms, frozen rhymes, our traces on the breeze, whispers of past reverie. Please let me linger for now, enveloped in your sound.
Everybody's together, so carefree.
Love on the pages, the ink our stories penned. No matter how it ends, I'll do it all again. Oh, stay true, blossom as spring renews, dreaming colors every hue. Tomorrow's eyes to tomorrow's life, while walking step beside you. So stay true. The winter's rhyme anew, woven memories are blue.
This life is so beautiful.
And like a melody, sing a song of reverie.
Oh, they're on the express with us.
Please stay true, cherish your memory. Go with love, your hearts, your tears, rivers flow. Now as gardens grow, I hope you bloom in beauty. See you soon, after the end of time, in the mountain frozen rime. Now stay true, blossom as spring renews, dreaming colors every hue. Tomorrow's eyes, to tomorrow's life, while walking step.
Finally reached the stars beyond.
Now stay true, the winter's rhyme anew, woven memories are blue. And like a melody, sing our reverie. And in our memory, in the end of our journey.
The end of the journey. Thank you all. We get it! The end! Honkai Star Rail! Is the game over? The entire game is over. From start to finish. Wow. Caslana's fine on a Flame Reaper. Mem Sahini Amphoreus' heart. Our cameo appearance. Dedicated to the hero within. After so long, may this journey lead us starward. Mem?
Mem.
Where is this?
Mem.
Oh, we're back in Yanasa. This is where it all started. When we first landed in Amphoreus. Even though we didn't meet Mem right away, we saw and followed a pink thing out of our crash site. Just as the story of all of Amphoreus and of Cyrene is now looped, so too does the story that we, the players, have followed.
Mem.
under the dome where the stars fall. So cute. We're really cycling the whole story back. This is the very beginning, where it all began. Well, you can fly, so... Oh. No soul. Power of time.
I guessed as much. It's no longer working.
No soul. They're trapped here.
Let's find someplace safe to set up a base of operations first. This statue and the buildings we've seen so far point to a civilization here on Amphoreus.
Oh, how little we knew back then.
We can only hope that they're not hostile toward outsiders.
How young we all were back then.
I've reunited with you so many times. And every time feels like the first time we met. Each time, love breaks through the stubborn cycles and takes flight toward a pink tomorrow.
It's still early.
Oh my gosh! We finished it! Interlude. There's no way there's more. We're done. Amphoreus is destroyed. Cyrene has locked herself in the past to complete its cycle. Our friends are just memories in the book. There is no story left. I'm guessing this interlude probably will deal... If there's more Amphoreus story, it will probably deal with the outside aftermath concerning the Eons and all the factions that came to help us and... you know, Xandar's experiments and stuff like that, and I don't see there being more story. Or... Oh my gosh! I was literally saying earlier how we need more remembrance light codes, and it's one of them! Oh. Oh! And I heard about this too, that now in the splash art, yeah, you can see Demiurge Cyrene's shadow. Wow. Oh gosh, we got a new ability. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, it's so surreal to be back here with the two of you.
Himeko really knows how to convince people. Between Leviathan fossil... by the way, Danhung.
No, we're not doing this right now.
Mr.
No, there's no way.
Since
Uh-oh. Nope.
Coming back to this place
No. How do I leave this? I'm sorry. I did not realize you guys were here to start a new quest. No. Let me wrap up.
Is Starskip Haven always this crowded?
Let me go back. There's so much in this game.
Here.
No. We're done. We're done for today. Oh, I also heard about this, that once you finish the Amphoreus story, you see?
Can barely hear any.
Amphoreus is now shattered. It's all shattered now. Which means going to any of these places is not canonical anymore.
Thing.
I'm sorry, Marge. I want to go to... No, there's too much. I want to wrap this up. I'm trying to find the words of how do I end off this experience we've had here. This has been... Oh? A really long playthrough. Miss Mia? Welcome to the story we wrote together. This page of eternity exists because of you. This is our shared memories. The young girl smiled faintly. She had foreseen that at this moment you would hesitate, sigh, or pose a question. Her before you was nothing more than an ink trace left from the past, able only to carry a message, unable to exchange words. Sorry, this was the only way I could leave you a message. We've come such a long, long way together on the path of remembrance. Even though the Amphoreus in my memories will forever continue its cycles, sealing the Iron Tomb in the past. Those who remember you, this story, and the Eternal Garden will always stay by your side as part of As I've Written, continuing to trailblaze with the Astral Express. I believe we'll meet again. Even though it's hard to guess what you're thinking, a heartfelt thank you would surely make the little flower in your heart bloom, right? Thank you. Oh, thank you too. Oh, that's right. If you have time, can you please visit me in that little village in the memory? Who knows, I might have prepared a little pink present for you. This place, beyond time. Everybody's here. Everyone's here. In this place that only exists in memories, everybody's still here. Finon! And all the people, his parents, all the people from Mighty Celestii. Wait, this is amazing. In this little space, where reality no longer has to affect anything. All of her friends are here. Wow. This was quite a story. I think there's a few things that were left unanswered. I guess that gives them room to answer more questions in the future. Oh my gosh. Seals. The seals. Everything. Everyone is here. I guess one question is, like, Pom Pom came and told us to run and in this like little horror scene, right? I'm wondering if that was actually Akavili. Because that was just such a weird scene at a weird time right after we finished Iron Tomb. Yeah, this is probably one of the heavier, more weighty stories I've ever played. And by that I mean, there's a lot of games I've played with a very deep meaning. There's so much to think about, so much to interpret, understand. I just realized this is Dromi. This is my Dromas from the event. Everything is moved to here now. Like playing through Genshin Impact, for example, or Fire Emblem Three Houses. Stories that have made me think so much and expanded my perspective of the world. This is quite different from that. I'd say those games and those stories, and also books I've read, just really expanded my worldview. And then in this game, the thing is, I'm just not really sure how much of it I really grasp or understand. But it does the storytelling, even though I don't understand it, I can tell it connects and makes sense to those who can grasp the whole picture, staring right into that cosmos. That it makes sense to someone out there. And I once again go back to my painting analogy. That this work is a huge painting. Imagine a painting the size of a whole city, but with the intricacies of a painting right in front of you in a museum. That feeling of you could stand really close to it and admire the details right in front of you but never see the whole picture. Or you can see the whole picture, but it's like the resolution is too big for you to perceive. And so you feel like you can't perceive the full depth of it all at once. I think it's really hard to gather some sort of moral or something we've learned from this in that way, because the point of the story is, in a way, that we are both the most important things in the cosmos and yet infinitely small at the same time. And somehow we still affect this world. Our lives have meaning, no matter how big and insignificant how big the world is and how insignificant we may feel. Of course, the sci-fi elements of it, there's just there's so many layers to that as well. So much of this game's lore is beyond me to understand, and a lot of its sci-fi implications as well. And I will say, like, when I play games a lot of the time, even when it's really thoughtful, there's still this sense of whimsicality or wonder. Even when things get really depressing, you still feel like this inspiration. I'd say the unfortunate thing is I don't feel that from this, in terms of I feel like this is just too much to understand almost. But that if someone is able to understand it, that this game did such a good job with the storytelling, the characters, the character design, the creation of these spaces and the world building, the use of the color and music to convey that feeling to you. That's what this game is really excelled at, is conveying the feeling to you. Like, we will never understand what it's like to live through 33 million lifetimes of persistence. But this game, in a few long hours or a few short hours, depending on how you see it, instilled that feeling into you. It instilled the feeling of how much time has passed. It instilled the feeling of what kind of suffering these characters are enduring. It instilled the weight of the meaning of the different concepts they talk about. Memory, love. This game makes you feel that so deeply. Like expanding what you thought you could understand or perceive from those emotions or feelings. At the same, it's like, as I've said, it I guess like the thing that was not enjoyable about it was just the fact that it's so like too much almost. That if you understand and can perceive the whole picture, your mind must be blasted wide open with possibility of what this world can hold. But I almost feel like crushed by this, like physically, mentally, the weight of this story. You usually think of crushing emotions as being these very intense negative emotions, but here it's just simply the existence of this story, and its being feels crushing. That there's just too much to understand, to the point of literally going insane. And it probably was longer than it needed to be, but I don't mind that from the perspective of there's only a certain amount of players that are really gonna get into the story or want to get into the story, and thus they have a captive audience there to share the full extent of what their ideas for the story are. Yeah. It was just what an experience. What an experience I didn't expect. Wanting to play this because it'd be this cool mythological adventure, and instead having like my eyes and mind blasted open to the meaning of the cosmos and universe and how memory ties everything together. Like all these concepts I want so badly to understand, and I'm not sure I do. Only that it must be the most profound and beautiful thing in the world once you do. Or maybe it's, conversely, it's the most terrifying thing to understand something so deeply. Yeah, it's not what I expected. And this story probably has taken up more of my brain power than I originally budgeted. It surely took up more time than I thought. I know they said at the beginning of Amphoreus that it was going to take the entire year worth of updates to get through the story. I don't think I quite internalized that we would be doing a full-length main story update for pretty much an entire year. It was very exhausting. I feel exhausted. I probably will take a break from playing Honkai. Or just, you know, autoplay as I usually do. I don't know if I'm going to even play the next arc of the story because this was already just so much. Maybe, I mean, I'll probably play it off camera. I don't even know if I'll do that because this was very energy and consuming. But what a privilege it has been to go on this journey through Amphoreus. To have all these, to go from, you know, all the lighthearted moments to some of these dark moments of eternity, to just pondering the meaning of life itself and existence itself. We went for a roller coaster ride here for sure. And I guess what a privilege it was to be along for the ride. Whether or not I like it or not, understand it or not, however, whatever confusing feelings you're left with, I feel like I'm left with right now, it's that we're lucky to be able to do this in a game that we can play for free. To have this experience that we can share. I hope that we do not eventually learn that Tevat in Genshin Impact is in a similar situation to Amphoreus. I look forward to getting back to playing Genshin again. That world is so big too, but it's the exploration and the feelings I get from it are completely different than this. This has just left me very tired, I think. Very, very tired. So gonna leave it at that for there. There is tons of content. I would say post-game. I mean, I'm not sure you can really call it that because there's still a full game here of stuff to explore. But I would assume there's a lot of post-Amphoreus story content around. Like I can talk to all the Chrysos heirs. I know there's epilogue quests. There's like a golden scapegoat final thing. There's like Easter eggs here and there. Like you go to the broadcast station. There's all these things I've heard about. Like after you play, like make sure to check out this. I will probably check that out on my own time. I'm very much anticipating this will be the last episode unless I decide to play the epilogue quests on here. But either way, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a break. We've had a long, long journey here. And it was really funny to have Bubbles with us the whole time. Yeah, you know, how do we go... Oh, thank you, Fairy. How do we go from this to Snack Dash and maintain our sanity, knowing that these two things are in the same game, involving the same characters? So we're probably gonna see, we might see Runmei and Herta over there. The cosmos is a vast place. Yeah. Alright. Let's get our achievements and get out of here. Oh, that's right. There was a code to the variables of the experiment. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Xander's final question was if eons and humans shared a similar wisdom. As the greatest problem child, the first genius had many achievements that were byproducts of curiosity. I shall not comment on the experiment itself, but Lycurgus already has an answer. He left a final question for you in the system's back end, and I shall keep on searching. Another Xandar. It's just like Dottore. I guess I should open this up. I want to end off, but I should open up the book. Now. Loading Exomyth. Oh. So much more lore here. Irene. Now I'll drop that strand into the nameless collection. Which one was there? The last one, the 13th Titan, Demiurge. Flawless Eagle, Cyrene. Seed, seedling, flower, fruit, microseed. The cycle. Here we go. The flame chaser's path has been lit. The story has come to an end. Let's see. The apocalypse and its witness the moment the destruction ends. Proof to noose or not. Our soul is the entire universe. Hello world. When a new computer system boots up, hello world is what it says, right? Oh muse, tell me. That's how a lot of mythological stories start. Alright. Okay. With this view of the whole cosmos in front of us, thank you for joining me on this adventure through Amphoreus. Thank you to Honkai Star Rail for giving this to us. Gonna take a long break now. And who knows when I'll see you guys again, at least in this game. But that is all. Thank you. See you soon.